Hi, everyone. Lee Honish. Welcome back to Facebook for Realtors. Today, we're going to cover a topic because I was lucky enough to get a message on Facebook from someone who's getting their real estate license in Texas and asked me a question of what should I do next, what's important, what should I keep an eye out for. So today, we're going to talk about a couple of things that are not Facebook related, but they're definitely technologically related. So if you're watching the video, there is audio. If you're listening to the audio, there's video. First thing you can do is find me on Facebook at Lee Honish Marketing. You can just follow it and you'll get updates on when I post videos. Occasionally I do some live posts as well. Or you can go to my website at honish.io, honish.io. Please remember, it's still January, at least for another couple of days. Maybe into the first couple of weeks of February. I haven't really turned it off yet. But if you want to get marketing done for you for free or anything done for free, I am happy to help you out. I'll do marketing for you for a week for free. I'll set up your Facebook page. I'll fix your websites. I'll do squeeze pages, all of it for free for 1 week. I'm doing it because of COVID initially. And number two, I've talked about this repeatedly, right? 99% of what you do is for free, period, right? And that's really what's most important. The more you do it, the better it is for your business in service. It really is. So I can't stress it enough. If you put in enough time helping people, you'll get paid. I'm currently here in Hawaii. I probably said that wrong, Hawaii. I don't want to get it. It's like saying Boise, and I can't do New Orleans at all. So I'm able to travel and do what I do for a living and still provide service to everybody. I'm going to Las Vegas next, where I'm going to meet with a couple of clients and work on websites and do some content out there and spend a week out there. And the point I'm telling you is, if you were online, you wouldn't be chained to your desk. You'd live your best life, right? I see it all the time, especially on Facebook, where people are posting what they want to do or where they want to go or bucket list ideas. There's a big difference between posting a photo and being interested in doing something for your bucket list and actually really doing something on your bucket list. Tonight, in fact, I'm going on a bat ray dive. One of the bucket list items I have for myself, I wanted to go dive with giant bat rays, which is why I came here to Kona initially. When I go to Vegas, I'll probably get to train with my friend Eddie and work on his stuff, and I'll probably get to do some jiu-jitsu and wrestling, which I haven't done, and some instruction from a guy who's an actual UFC fighter, which for me is great. I have another friend coming out to Vegas. We're going to watch the Super Bowl. I'm able to do those things because I have an online life. 99% of the people that I work with have no online life whatsoever. Zero. No influence, no footprint, no nothing. Starting from scratch. They don't understand their demographics. They don't understand the direction they're going. Again, let me stress this. Let me help you. Let me put something together so at least you have a foundation. For 1 week, I will get people and I'll drag traffic and I'll get it into your spots. Everything I do is organic. I do not believe in using paid traffic to a page or an Instagram or to a website. It's pointless. I want real organic views of your branding and your product. What I want is people to hit this page and see Lee Honish content and marketing. That's what I want. That's what I want at the end of the day. That's all that I want. So that when they think of content marketing, they think of my name. That's my goal for my personal branding. It's why I make these videos, that when you guys finally see and watch people repeatedly doing podcasts and videos, and the fact that they're getting responses and feedback and their videos are going viral, and the fact that they have people that follow them, right? You won't be happy until you get your first messages or people coming back. You don't understand the power of it. And you've got to be willing to invest the time, right? When you put a podcast together or a video, everything starts off like this. Get Zoom. It's $20. You can do virtual backgrounds. If you buy the really good version of Zoom, it's $20. In fact, I'm moving my whole coaching group over to Zoom instead of GoToWebinar that I've used for a decade. The price comparison is not even fair to have a discussion about because Zoom is so much cheaper. The video works better. There's so much more about it that I like. But more importantly, I can interview people, turn that video into something I can place on social media. For those of you, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. I can take the video, pull the audio off of it like I'm doing now, and convert it into a podcast. And that has its own set of followings. Ultimately, just speaking out loud, by me creating this free content and creating what it is, my expertise and my knowledge of how to do things, right? In marketing, pretty much anything, I get new clients by putting out content, just like this, like talking to you right now. You're looking at me, I'm looking at you. But what I'm ultimately doing is creating content to get future clients and a following. That's it. 99% of the people in real estate that I meet are not doing this. It's mind-blowing. It's mind-numbing. So there are two things that I would recommend for everybody starting out or even right now, especially with the pandemic. It's kind of a no-brainer in my universe. Two things. We're going to cover one of them in a second. The first one is you need to start creating content. If you don't have a podcast, you don't have video skills, you don't have any of that, just send me a note, right? Text me, 858-663-2537, and type in free help. I'll call you. Let's put together a podcast for you. I'll host it. All you got to do is send me the audio, and I'll make sure it gets up. I'll build the platform out, 100% free. I'll help you out. There's no fee to it at all. If you can't do that and you need someone to produce it or to walk you through it till you're comfortable, I will do that with you. I will do it at a much smaller fee than anybody else online. 100%. 100%. I am less expensive than anybody else who does it because they claim that they're doing special. Nobody's doing special things, right? You'll be on Spotify. You'll be on iTunes. Mind-blowingly, a lot less than you think it is to produce a podcast if you're just doing it at cost, which is what I would be doing it for, cost for the entire year of getting you on these platforms and doing the marketing for it so that you get followers. You're not going to see mind-blowing results. You're not going to have thousands of downloads per week. You're not, unless you're creating unique content. But if your goal is to brand yourself for an area and get people in that area or people coming into that area to find out about you, why wouldn't you have, let's take for San Diego's case, why wouldn't you have living in San Diego or things about San Diego or things to do in San Diego? It's very simple. It's the same name as the actual groups that exist on Facebook. And I can share that content and people will watch that video. And when they're thinking about selling a house or buying a house, they'll come to me. It's as simple as that. I'm actually going to start a series. My next stop is Las Vegas. I'm going to do this with Las Vegas. When I get to Las Vegas, I'm going to do it for a friend of mine. He doesn't know this yet, named Will, who I've kind of helped out at the beginning of his real estate career. I'm going to set up a podcast and a system for Las Vegas. It's just that simple. He's already got the page. I'm going to set everything up. I'll probably do Las Vegas and I'll probably do one other location because all I have to do is 30 minutes of video of me with a backdrop, right? Or no backdrop. Talk about the city or talk about a restaurant. And at the beginning, the middle, and the end, talk about my services as a real estate professional for anyone relocating, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to do that, and I'll break these down, and I'll do them as videos throughout next week. You should be doing this. This is the thing you should start right now. Start building a following. Because what you really need is an email list, and that is the most important thing. I've talked about this when doing stuff with my business partner, David. I am a spokesman for his company. Repeatedly, from a marketing perspective, we talk about creating your list, generating your list, and working with your list. Okay? Those are all the basics when starting out. The other one that I see that people dump a lot of money into, and it blows my mind, especially when I get hired on, okay, is people buying really expensive websites. Really expensive. $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, I've heard it all. I've seen the numbers. I know how much people invest into websites. It's mind-blowing how much people spend on websites, okay? I'm going to show you what a basic search looks like. I'm going to show you 3 people who come up because of Google. They're either paid or they're local, but they show up. I'm going to show you their classic mistakes. I'm going to show you how to utilize those things. And then I'm going to show you what a really basic website looks like and how much better it does compared to an expensive paid exact content website or some IDX backflipping website. So we're going to cover that today. So for the sake of discussion, we're going to use the words Oceanside Realtor because that's what people are going to do. They're going to type in San Diego Realtor, Oceanside Realtor, I don't know what's Las Vegas Realtor, Henderson Realtor, Los Angeles Realtor, Covina Realtor. They're going to type those in. And the first thing that's going to come up is this little Google screen section that is sponsored. Sponsored. These are people paying for those locations. They're paying to be up here. These 3 people are paying. They paid Google. And every time someone clicks on them, like I just did on all 3, they get charged. Okay? Probably a lot for that keyword of Oceanside Realtor. I don't think it's going to be that bad, but it's going to be up there. And so the first person is Hey Sari Homes Team C Villa Realty. Okay? They've got 95 reviews of 5-star. That's great. This is sponsored, right? It's Google screened and it's sponsored. Here's the big keyword. Sponsored means they paid. Here's the first huge mistake with everybody who's paying for local services by Google, right? Especially paid. There's the phone number, right? That's great. And there's definitely the services they provide, that they're licensed, where their location is, their reviews for me to read. But I'll tell you the number one thing I don't see, where is a link to your website? I know there's a website for this person. I could probably Google search it and find this person's website, but why isn't it on this Google page? So let's try it out. Let's see if they actually have a website. If they don't have a website, then I apologize. Nope, it's right there. This is their website. So, and they paid for this too, ad. It's an ad. So when I click on this, they're going to get charged. So I can choose right now to click on it here and get them charged, or click on it here and not. So they're investing in Google. So let's click on the non-paid one because I'm going to be nice to them. So this is their website. It's definitely got an IDX on the front of it with homes that they either list or do not list, things that they've sold or actually have not sold that were listed by them. See, here's one by Compass, here's 2 by them. I'm not saying that they don't do good business and that they do very well. That's incorrect. What I want to look at is clicking on this little button up here on the right-hand corner, and I recommend this to everybody. This is an app you can put on your Google Chrome. It's Alexa. Alexa will tell you how well somebody else's website is doing. They rank 20 million websites. And if I click on this button, I see that they have no data, which means that they are not getting any visual traffic on this page. And I would tell them, if I was consulting for them, it's really simple. You're paying for all these ads to wind up on this particular page, and you don't have a website link on here. Why is that? Think that's crazy? Let's go a step further. This is the Moss Team by Keller Williams. If you look again, there is no link. Okay? Claims to cover, the Oceanside area. He doesn't. He's in all of San Diego, but he paid for the keyword of Oceanside, so he showed up. Once again, no website link from this page. So you went to the trouble of being a sponsored Google screened agent, and you didn't add your website. That's pretty mind-blowing to me. Again, let's run a search and see if they actually have a website. If you don't have a website, I completely agree. Don't put a website up. You should probably put a thing to your social media, but let's see. He doesn't have a website yet. Let's see. Facebook, Yelp. Nope. Amy Moss is right here. It's the actual Keller Williams website. This is not their website. This is a Keller Williams website, .kw. I know this because when I click on it, this is a Keller Williams website. And Keller Williams as a website does very well. So they didn't even go to the trouble of making their own website. They're using the corporate website. By the way, that does not help your search category. As you can tell from the search that we did, we'll do it again, I'll show you what the difference looks like. If this were their website, much like the previous person that we worked on, they'd show up at number 1 or number 2 under that name search. It didn't show up till below Yelp and below Facebook. And it's pretty straightforward. It's very straightforward, and it's kind of sad, actually. Okay, that means that they don't have a website other than the corporate website. Nothing wrong with that. It's just you're helping out them, and you're paying for keyword searches. This is just not knowing or knowledge about how keyword searches are done, I guess. I don't know how this really starts. I day by day, as I constantly do these videos, or people ask me questions, or I see what people invest their money in on Facebook or Google ads or keyword searches, it doesn't make sense to me at all. Okay. Now, the last one is the Shafran Realty Group. He also paid for the keywords Oceanside and Realtor. So he showed up on the first page, and the first thing he did that was correct was he's got a link to his website. Excellent. Congratulations. Somebody did it correct. Here's his website. Now, compared to the other websites, the first website we went to, not the Keller Williams website, that's traffic because it's Keller Williams, not because of that agent. He's actually getting a couple of people to look at his website. His page is probably getting 1 or 2 views a day, maybe 1 or 2, would be my guess based on these numbers. Is it worth it to have invested? This looks like an Exact Content, or at least one of those companies. They've got a lot of listings within the company. They're doing very well, right? Let's see who built their website. At the bottom of the page, you can always tell who built the website. It's connected to the MRMLS, made in Phoenix by Chime Technology. It's a Chime website. It's not Exact Content. It's a very expensive website. Very expensive. So the question is, if I Google this group, the Shafran Group, Realty Group, right? Which is the other keyword here, I should get their website probably in top position on Google. So let's look. There you go. Number 1. Why? Because he's got a link to Google. That's an authority link. He's paying for keyword searches, which is putting new organic traffic onto his website, right? It's not a lot. It's only 1 or 2 people. I'm going to show you the cheap version of doing this. I'm telling you that literally all 3 of these pages that I've showed you, all 3, have invested thousands and thousands of dollars in traffic to get new eyes on their product. And when it converts to actual listings, it's completely worthwhile and it's completely worth it, right? Especially if you know how to convert, new leads or new links. So it's completely worth it. I'm going to show you the very, 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 very inexpensive way to do this. Number 1, you have to realize that your website is nothing more than a digital business card. Nobody is going to run a search for houses on your website. Nobody. I'm doing websites for a couple of people, and I haven't put them up yet, but I built websites for a bunch of people. It's no different than the website I built for me. It's no different than the website I'm building for a friend in Las Vegas who is a coach and teaches boxing, jiu-jitsu, and mixed martial arts. It's no different than I would create for a beauty product. I wouldn't change the type of website that I use. Why? Because I understand the results I get. What are the results I get with a basic website? At the end of the day, it's about Alexa, it's about Google, it's about Yahoo, it's about searching and being on those pages as quick as possible. These numbers don't lie. These aren't things that I can make up of getting traffic ranks and Google rankings. So how do I... This website, as a setup, my website, the same one that I built for others, somewhere in the range of $300 to $500. Tops, period, out the door, okay? Adding content to it is different. At the end of the day, you got to add content to make any website work, right? My goal is that when people type in content marketing, that I show up on the first couple of pages. This website's a month old. I'm still on page 5 or 6. So I've got to keep adding content to move it forward. I've got to keep putting people on it. I need to keep driving traffic constantly to my page. That's it. There's no secret to it. For you in the real estate profession, this was the question. What should I start with? Your goal would be what city and the word realtor, and how do you make that a common thing so that people like in Oceanside think, hey, Lee Honish for real estate, or hey, Jane Smith for real estate in Oceanside. You combine those into your content, right? I want to be known as a content marketer. So the videos on my website are content marketing. The stuff I share on Facebook is content marketing. When I drive traffic to watch my videos, it's getting back to my website. What am I really trying to do? I'm going to help people for free. Why do I need to do that? They don't know me. So if I do work for free, I'm ultimately going to get future clients when they actually want to invest and do this kind of work. Or certainly they will make me the expert in their life because I'm not charging them. Why do we do, I'll say this to all the real estate people watching, why are you doing valuations for free, right? To prove your expertise and what the value of that property is so that they'll hire you in the future. There's no difference on applying these principles to any business. If you were a pizza shop, I would tell you to give out recipes on how to make pizza. Creates credibility for what you know. You should do a pizza show. You should do a pizza show for that city. I would call it Pizza in Oceanside, right? That would be the name of my show. So ultimately that when people type in Pizza Oceanside, which is the way people search, Realtor Oceanside, Pizza Oceanside, Locksmith Oceanside. Nobody thinks like this, but that's the way the searches works. And if you don't believe it, you can go run the patterns. You can go, Google has a thing for it. It's a little complicated, but there are some other websites that have great keyword search patterns. And type in Realtor your city and see what, how many hits that goes after, right? It's pretty straightforward. All you got to do is open it up, type in keyword search. I found a great one the other day. Let's see if it still comes up. Yeah, Word Tracker. I highly recommend Word Tracker. What you're looking for is 1% of whatever that number is. So if I'm doing San Diego Realtor and it gets, 100,000 hits, I'm looking for 1% of that traffic. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for anything crazy, 1 to 3%. And generally, in my opinion, it's going to be based on content. It's one way to look at it. So go to honish.io, send me a message. Let me set up your website. Let me get your social media marketing. Let me do any of that stuff for you. 100% for free. Simple as that. I will get you squared away. I will help you if you have an existing website that already has, a blog spot. You really have to put content on your blog. I cannot stress it. This website that you're looking at. It's simple. I am getting a higher traffic rank. I am getting more keyword searches from my website that is 1 month old as compared to the Shafran group, which is still indexed and doing well, right? I'm doing better. All the websites I build, I use the same frame. I use the same format. It's really super quick and simple. And I'll show you how I did it. I went to Namecheap. I don't get paid by them. I prefer .ios. I ordered the domain through here and the WordPress hosting through here. And that's it. As simple as that. And then I used a basic WordPress frame, cleaned it up a little bit to make it nice, right? But what you're looking at isn't anything crazy. It's the content that drives the website. It really is. It really, really is. I would be happy to build a website for you like this. Guarantee it would be 33% less than most websites that are being offered to real estate professionals by far. Average price for a real estate agent website with IDX and all of that is about $1,500. It's just, that's nuts. Anything over $1,000 for those websites are nuts because they're not getting traffic. I'll say it again. Just send me a note, send me a message. So to answer the question that the person asked me, where would you start? Get your website up, start making content. Right now, do it. Invest into a good, solid WordPress website. Start creating content. Start putting your names and your brandings out there. Websites are, you can find them online. What you want is a WordPress for sure. For indexing. Get off of this, I need an IDX tie-in routine. Because at the end of the day, people are going to use Zillow anyway to search for information. I get showing off your properties, like you think that that's important. It's not important. It's not even remotely important. What's most important, to be brutally honest, is people doing a search for you. Send me a text, 858-663-2537. Let me build a website for you. Let me get you to do a podcast and a video. Let me help you out. Certainly let me do it for a week for free. It would be my honor and my pleasure to help people out. I know that a lot of people are struggling with COVID. That's for real. And I want to help you. You really need to be online. And then you could be anywhere you want to be and do your job. You can get new listings. You can have an assistant who's doing showings while you're not there and holding open houses. You can be remote. You can live your best life. Go to honish.io. Thanks.